Now let's turn attention to election matters. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has fixed November this year for a nationwide mock accreditation exercise as part of measures to test its readiness for the 2027 general election. Chairman of INEC, Professor Joash Amokutan, made this announcement when he received the charge d'affaires of the Canadian High Commission to Nigeria, David Sproul, and other officials of the commission on a courtesy visit to the INEC headquarters. According to him, the mock accreditation would subject the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS and other electoral equipment to a rigorous field test ahead of the general election. He said the exercise was designed to identify and address possible operational challenges before the elections. Professor Amokutan stressed that the commission would welcome Canada's partnership in ensuring the success of the exercise, particularly in the areas of technology, electoral integrity and capacity development. Deputy Director, Information and Publicity at INEC, Wilfred Ifoga, joins me live now. Mr. Ifoga, why exactly has INEC decided to hold this mock accreditation exercise in November? And do you consider the 2-month window before the 2027 elections enough time to correct any errors that might be discovered in the course of the exercise?
Once again, good evening and thanks for having me. Actually, this is not the first time we are having mock accreditation before any election. During the Anambra governorship election, we had a mock exercise before the election day. When we had the FCT council elections too, we also had a mock exercise to test the efficiency of the BVAS so that if there are issues or challenges, it can be identified, and when we have another exercise, it could be taken care of. Also, when we had the Ekiti governorship election too, we also had a mock exercise. And lastly, the Oshu governorship election, we also had a mock exercise. For the general elections, we are going to also do the same, which is not different. But this time around, it's going to be on a larger scale because the entire nation will be involved. Selected locations will be identified in order to give a picture of what it will be like on election day, so that we can identify the challenges in all these areas, so that it can be taken care of before the elections in 2027. So
would the 2-month window be enough? Should you discover any errors, would that period be enough for you to correct those errors that you might have discovered?
Of course, definitely. If any issue comes up, whether it has to do with technical fault, definitely to be identified, and what needs to be done will be taken care of within this period.
All right. We see INEC welcoming Canada's partnership, for instance, in that process. And for the success of the exercise, should Nigerians be worried about the possibility of external interference in the exercise?
Well, we won't say that's an external interference because currently the technology we are deploying, they are not within. Of course, there are foreign partners that helps us in the development of this technology. So that's why we welcome those who have been partnering with us. So this is not the first time they have partnered with the Commission. They've been doing that in several aspects of our preparation.
Now, one major issue that the recently concluded Osun governorship election raised was that of vote buying. How is the Commission working with stakeholders to address this ahead of the general election? And what plan is in place to address other challenges, also with regard to, for instance, the amount, campaign finance?
Right, in terms of vote buying, this is an issue that the Commission is not fighting alone. Security agents are there, but then we keep on engaging stakeholders as well on the need not to engage in vote trading, because definitely it's a menace in the electoral process. But whether we like it or not, you still see persons, they still come out because they just want to partake in that aspect of the process, which is actually not good. But then we'll keep on engaging them to, reel out the disadvantages of, engaging in vote buying, that it doesn't tell well because they sell their consciences, and when they mortgage their future, it won't tell well because they will also suffer for it.
Mr. Ifoga,
okay, yes. For your last remark on the issue of tracking campaign funds and things like that, there is a dedicated department in the Commission, which is Election and Political Party Monitoring. Of course, they have trained their staff. They have the tools they are going to work with. And remember, also, we have about 774 local government area offices in Nigeria. And through those means, too, we have our officials there. Definitely, Training, capacity building has been carried out for the officials that will be engaged in this particular task, for them to, track the events of political parties as they carry out their campaigns.
Deputy Director, Information and Publicity at INEC, Wilfred Ifoga, thank you so much for your time on TVC News.